Good morning, East Africa, and welcome to YoungFrica this time, your television show continent showcasing discussions and interviews on youth-related issues. I am Ridwan, and this is CBA. Welcome back. It's still YoungFrica, where we have talked around youth and what exactly the community is needing to move forward. Today we are having another wonderful guest in the studio with me, and our talk today is centering on volunteering. What does volunteering mean to you? Today you would hear so much more about this and how exactly this can help you to get ahead of your contemporaries. Ladies and gentlemen, I am excited to introduce to you my honorable guest in person of Mohammed Ibrahim, who is a writer, a co-founder, a very powerful guy who is doing so much for his community. This is the co-founder of the Key Group, a kind of person who you would really love to hear from. He has 2 first degrees, I must note. He has one in management development, and he also has another one in environmental studies. Mohammed, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, sir.
How are you doing today?
Fine, everything is okay. How are you doing?
Today we want to talk about volunteering and how this can help individuals, how this can help communities, and how this can drive Africa to a greater place. Mohammed, please say good morning to viewers at home and let's move on.
Good morning to you all, guys. In Young Africa, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ibrahim. Ibrahim, it's my pleasure to have you here to discuss this, because you know what? I've seen a number of youths wherein when you ask them about what are they doing, most of them would say that nothing really. And when you ask, the major problem is because they are unemployed. And why? Some of them will tell you that the places they have applied to are requesting for work experience. And you know, experts have said that empowerment goes beyond you working as a startup. There is need for you to have that experience. Now, we're talking about volunteering for placement. We're talking about how you can get started in your career path. Mohammed, what can you say exactly about volunteering?
Thank you so much. This is really very interesting and hot topic in Somaliland and our context, because volunteering has been part of my passion since when I was studied at university. The greatest problem that we are facing in Somaliland is that youth unemployment. This is partly because we do not offer volunteering programs. So volunteering is all about the things needed here, so that communities as well as the youth, young people are empowered, so that they contribute to maybe volunteering programs, and at the end of the day, they gain experiences and learn new skills, and finally they are employed.
Okay,
so volunteering is all about these kind of stages.
Oh, good. That's superb. For you personally, have you at any point in time volunteered for a placement at any point in time in your life?
Actually, what I did was that when I graduated from university, I was I was not able to find a job, like most people who experience this kind of problem. And then we founded a group called Key. Through this group, I was voluntarily doing on my peer awarenesses. I was gaining skills. I was learning new things, and at the end of the day, I got my job.
What was the group? What were you guys doing?
Actually, this was a group which is a local initiative from the young people. So we were 8 people, and then when we co-founded that group, our main aim was how to fill the gap, that because when students graduate from the university, they always face a gap before their employment. So the main aim and the main purpose of the group was how to fill that gap, so that we actually support the youth graduates to get employment. So we were building their skills. We were supporting them to apply jobs. So through that program, I also learned. I was the co-founder of that group, and you see that volunteering, you also learn.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
so I learned from that skill.
So in all of the volunteering process, now let me just ask you this.
Yeah.
Which one do you often remember and say, yes, that you love so much? One volunteering.
Yes, I did many volunteering activities, but the one I should mention here is that the one with the youth. So actually, you feel very enjoyable when you see that the youth that you were supporting for a long time is now are now doing having decent jobs from international organizations, might be business companies, might be government institutions. So actually, I love that one because you see that you cultivated so many youth, and then they are now having decent jobs, and then they actually replicated the work to other youths who are behind. So I love that one.
So now, if I would ask you, how would you say that volunteering helps a volunteer? Like, if I'm a volunteer for an organization, how does it help me?
Yeah, I think it can help many ways because if you are a volunteer and then you place it on a volunteering placement, firstly, you will make new friends, you will have more networking, and then you see that the more you have network, the better you may have like a job, or you may get a job. The other thing is that through volunteering, the volunteer will be able to gain new skills, new experience. For example, if a volunteer is going to a volunteer program from one of the government institutions, he or she will learn a lot about the skills, how governments work, how civil servants do things. You see, so actually the volunteer will gain a lot of experience and new skills, and then at the end of the day, he or she will use that kind of skills to maybe use for her or his employment.
I think there is also these questions that I get asked by people, especially when I take them on capacity building.
Yes.
They used to ask, and I'm throwing it to you now, Mohammed, what exactly do I need to have? What are those skills if at all I want to put in for placement around volunteering?
Yeah.
Are there some prerequisites? Are there some skills that I need to go work out? Like, what are those things that I need personally before I can gain placement?
Yeah, I think volunteering, people define volunteering in many ways, but what I would define is that volunteering is all about passion. So first you need to have passion for volunteering, so that because you are not getting maybe any fund or any money from the volunteering placement, so you should always have passion on volunteering, on maybe helping others. The other thing is that you may have a positive attitude because you are safe into your community, you are also learning. So by having a positive attitude will also will make you your volunteering opportunity very much stronger. The other thing is that you should have some basics of like maybe communication skills, or maybe so that you can communicate with different people. You are going to a place where there are a very diverse of maybe cultural background, people who have different religious beliefs. So you need to cope up with that environment and communicate with them. So but basically you can have some sort of very little skills, but for the rest you can gain through volunteering program. So anyone is welcome to volunteer, then he or she would learn maybe through that program.
So basically, one should at least know how to speak well.
Yes.
Be committed. One should have the passion.
Yeah, and the passion. The most important one is the passion. Okay. You need to have that kind of interest.
Okay. So now, aside having passion, aside having all of these things that you have mentioned, for a volunteer as that, what exactly can you say from your own personal life? One thing that you have gained, very personal to you, that after volunteering for different positions, what is that thing that you have gained?
Oh, in the case of me, I've gained a lot, but one thing I should say that is that before volunteering, I started volunteering programs in 2013, and then before that, I had very small friends. And after through that years, I developed and have had so many friends. Now I have got lots of friends through that volunteering programs. So I think it's a way of building relationship with others, and maybe good for networking. So networking is the kind of asset you will find from volunteering programs, and that is actually what I found it.
Yeah, I think you can say that again. Volunteering has helped a lot of people
Well,
to build quality
yes,
network.
yep. If I'm now, if I walk through maybe the downtown, everyone, a lot of people,
Says,
hi Mohammed.
Hi, Mohammed.
You see, all that people were from the volunteering programs we used to had.
So now, in your own advice, if I want to volunteer, like exactly where can I look out for volunteering placement?
Oh.
You know why I'm asking this?
Yes.
A lot of people ask me, it says, Ridwan, how can I get those positions? Like, it's not easy getting. Like,
Yes.
you can't just wake up and say you want to enter an industry, you want to enter a community. No, like, how exactly would you get those placements?
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you that volunteering placement is somehow difficult, but you need to cope up with that. First, you need to identify your strengths. What are the areas you need to volunteer? Are you going to volunteer with government institutions? Are you going to volunteer on community-based organizations? Are you going to volunteer with maybe international organizations? So you should always know yourself. Where are you going to? Where are you heading to? What's your future? What are your plans? What are your past performances? After that, once you are settled and you identified all your maybe things from yourself, you can do a lot of things. You can go to a mentor. You can go to a consultant who advises you on maybe volunteering placement and where to find volunteering programs. Personally, I would suggest that you can maybe do more searching, maybe to Google it, or maybe to ask friends what are the opportunities available in your country or in our country. Actually, others, you can go to people who have that kind of experience and have been through that volunteering programs. So you can do a lot of way. You need to have more information first. So by getting that information, then you know where you are heading to.
Checking websites,
asking people, going to mentors, maybe going to people who are senior levels. They can even come to us like as key founders, and then we can consult them on how to find volunteering programs.
Oh, good. Now, let me quickly ask you something. Like, let's look at the link between empowerment and volunteering. Is there any bridge between it? Like, can we connect those two together?
Wow, they can. They cannot be separated. I see, because I have that kind of experience. First, when I started on volunteering programs on youth empowerment, actually, through volunteering programs, you are empowered, and you also empower the community. You are empowered because you gain new skills, you can have wide, fast experience, you can learn a lot of things, a lot of new things to you. You can see challenge, you can see opportunities. So as a volunteer, you are also empowered because of that kind of thing. You also empower to the community because you are doing services to them. You are maybe, if you are providing trainings to them, that means that you are building their capacity. So in some way or the other, the community benefits, you as yourself or as the volunteer also benefits. So I can say that true volunteering is the basis of empowerment. If you volunteer, you are sure to be empowered, and you are sure to empower your community.
I can't agree less, really, Mohammed.
Yes.
You know what? Kofi said something, the late Kofi. He said something. He said, in the heart of volunteering is service.
Okay.
And is solidarity to a project.
Yes.
And to the key to developing a society. Now, okay, Mohammed. In all of your volunteering experiences, have you ever been fulfilled? Like, have you ever felt a sign of, Alhamdulillah, like I'm moving?
Yeah, definitely. And I will feel in the future also. I'm sure that, because if you see that the people you are supporting are now having decent jobs and are now in a great place in the society, you will be very delighted. Every time I see those kind of people, I feel very enjoyable. I went to Mogadishu and I see people who were like the people who are supporting to them. They are now in Mogadishu. They welcomed me. You see, I went to Garowe and then I see people who were like the people who are supporting to them. They are working from Garowe, so they welcomed me when I was there. So you see that different parts of Somalia, they are, and even some of them went outside Somaliland and Somalia. Some of them are now in Ethiopia. Some of them are in the neighboring countries. So when you see that, you actually feel delighted that you have cultivated people, and the most worst thing that you need to cultivate is people. You see, so that they can help you later.
I think the best thing that happens to man is to see that he is getting reward from what he has done in the past.
Yes.
Oh, okay, exactly. I would agree too.
Yeah.
And now let me ask you. Now you work at Civil World.
Yeah.
Can we say that maybe part of your volunteering placement helped you getting into Civil World?
Of course.
Okay. How?
Because the kind of experience I'm using, maybe when I was through the interviewing process, I was using the skills that I gained through the volunteering program. When I got the offer from my organization and working, I'm also using like the kind of skills that I gained through volunteer program. I have had strong networking or maybe team building skills. So teamwork is like one of the things that I gained from the volunteering program. And actually when you are working with colleagues in an international organization, that means you need to have team working skills so that you can understand each other, you can work with each other. So those kind of basic skills that I'm now using and exercising is, I think, it somehow links to your volunteering. Yes.
Volunteering days.
Yep.
Oh, mashallah, that's sweet. Welcome, that's cool.
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you a question now. It's a question that is also usually asked.
Oh.
People ask that, who is volunteering for?
Oh.
Is it the boys alone, the girls? What age? Who, professionals, or who is volunteering for?
Oh, volunteering is for everyone.
Okay.
And considering, we do not consider the age, we do not consider for any other factors, but volunteering is for anyone. If you are a woman, if you are a man, no matter you are a child, no matter you are an old man, you need to volunteer so that at the end of the day you pass something to your community. So even when you are in the family, volunteering is very important, because if you volunteer to your family, then that means you will contribute to the whole society. So volunteering is everywhere. All the people should volunteer so that
whether female,
no
male,
matter that.
Whether I'm 27 years old,
no matter.
whether I'm
maybe
50 years
the kind
old.
of volunteering may be different.
Okay.
I agree that, but you should volunteer as long as you are in this world.
There is always a place to volunteer.
Yes, yeah.
That's cool. Now,
but people understand that volunteering is to a specific age or to a specific group. You see, when you are doing volunteering program, people would say that, oh, why are you doing this? You need to save your time. You need to do your own things. Why are you just wasting your time? People think that, but we need to change that kind of attitude through this program. Yeah.
Exactly.
If we make this program once a week, or maybe we make it consistent, then we can change that kind of attitude.
I think that's exactly the aim of YoungFrica. To keep enlightening people out there about what's needed and what we need to drive the community.
Yes.
Africa especially forward.
Yeah, Africa is forward, not backward.
Definitely, we're going to push forward. We are moving forward.
We are moving forward,
We're moving forward. Now, let me now ask you on something else.
Oh.
Now, like, I've seen this happen.
Yeah.
And I want to ask you, do you agree with this?
Okay.
That volunteering helps sometimes to discover hidden talents or helps somebody to upgrade a particular skill that is less appreciated. Do you agree to that?
I totally agree that.
Okay.
Because what I think is that one of the greatest benefits that I have not mentioned for volunteering is that it tries to uncover the hidden talents.
Ooh.
In my case, previously when I did not start this program, the volunteering program, I was not able to maybe deliver a speech among so many people. I was like, my confidence was not strong, you see. But after volunteering, I was to talk to so many groups, so I deliver speeches, and then my public speech went high, you see.
Ooh.
Oh,
Super.
so my confidence gets stronger, you see. So by building, it builds your confidence. It makes you like public speaker.
Mohammed,
So-
that's your story. That's my
Yes,
story
yes.
as well, and that is the
Oh,
story of many
many,
people out
many
there.
people, yeah.
Like there is so much to enjoy from volunteering, and
Yeah.
you need to keep telling people this.
Yes,
That is so much.
people were, when you are not, maybe when I was not going to volunteer, when I was talking to people, I was shaking.
Now you need to know.
Yeah.
You need to see me too. Yeah. It's the story of
the
virtually
story,
everybody.
Is
It's a
it's true
story.
for many people.
Of course.
Yes.
Now then, Mohammed,
Yes.
advise the youth out there that are watching us today.
Oh,
Kindly
okay.
advise them.
Yes.
Tell them that thing that they would benefit from volunteering, especially using your life as a case study.
Oh, thank you. I think I should say that, and I should actually do this point for, because we need volunteering all the time. We do not actually that does not depend on age, that does not depend on maybe your location. You should always volunteer so that you are empowered at the end of the day and you empower your community. And this, I think from Islamic perspective, it is something which is encouraged. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ. That means we should do together for all good things. We should volunteer because we are volunteering for the good things and not volunteering for the bad things. So maybe in Africa we do have like different contexts, but actually we need to volunteer a lot so that we can make our countries maybe developed, so that we can help our community, so that we can contribute to the cohesiveness of our community and better work out on the solidarity among the communities.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Abdul Ibrahim. Thank you
are most
for coming
welcome.
to the studio today.
Yeah, Mr.
Viewers at home, that is where we're going to be wrapping it up today.
Okay.
According to Mohammed Abdul Ibrahim, he said, going for volunteering placement would help you sky-hop your career, would help you discover your hidden talents, and as well help you to shape your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, it's still YoungFrica, the show for me, yourself, and all. Thank you for joining us this time. Until next week, I am Ridwan, and this is CBA.